What's up guys, Josh here from Mixy Mango. Today I want to talk about RS3 because it looks like an amazing update. So the beta sign up is closed now and the RS3 beta will be released sometime this month. And I've signed up, so hopefully I get in. But it looks really good. I think all members will get access at some point, so pretty much so everyone can play it. But I think at the moment they just want to get like a wide range of computer specs to play it so they can test it all out and see how it goes, because I think there's actually going to be two betas, and this one is the HTML5 beta, and so they want to test performance and the graphics and that kind of stuff. But then there's also going to be a separate beta for the new interface, which I guess will be a similar system where that will like be in the live game as well. Well, they haven't released much about that yet. They've only mentioned that it's going to be a separate beta, but I'm assuming the actual RS3 update includes both the interface and the HTML5. It's just they're doing separate betas for some reason. Maybe the interface isn't completely ready or something like that. But it'll be interesting to see what the beta is like, and the fact that it's like linked to the live game, so any progress on there does carry over to the live game, means that pretty much anyone that has access to it will probably play it. And so I mean that's good for them, they can get a lot of testing done, and then also for the players, like you just get a better experience really of HTML5. So I will probably put some pictures of Runescape 3 in the background, so if you haven't seen them already you can check them out and see what it's like. But this first one, it's a picture of Berthorpe, and firstly the draw distance is really far. It just looks great, like you can see all the way into the distance. And then there's another picture of the Polypore dungeon where from like the top level you can see all the way down to the bottom, and you can see the Ganodermic beasts moving down there. So like the draw distance is going to be pretty amazing. You can see extremely far. And also we've got skies, so they have said that they're going to like make some proper skies, because you can actually see that now. And that does raise the question of, will we actually get weather effects? And that could be really interesting to see. Like we could have storms, we could have rain or sunny days, kind of that kind of thing, and that would be quite nice to see. But also they could introduce day and night, which would probably be a bit harder to do because of time differences and stuff. But I think if they did it so on the worlds designed for different countries, like you got the UK world, you got US world, you got like Australian worlds, that kind of thing, I think if on those worlds they made them time based, so there's a day and night, that would work. So you know that if you're logging onto a UK world, that you're gonna, like if you're in Australia, you're gonna be in like the opposite time to whatever it is in the UK. Like so it'd probably be, if it's day in the UK it'll be night there, like that kind of thing. Because they couldn't really do it for all worlds, and they couldn't do it for like just one time because it wouldn't really work. But I think for some of them, so those country Pacific worlds, that would be quite cool to see. So that is, got the draw distance, we've got the skies, and then also just the graphics in general are a lot better. Like they've said they got a new engine for I think it was shaders or something, or it might just only be for water, but the water does look pretty incredible now. It's a lot better than before, and just the graphics in general look improved quite a bit. So let's see, I don't like, that's pretty much the main focus of HTML5. You got the graphics, you got the draw distance. They're also trying to increase the speed, so it's going to be, it should run a lot smoother than Java. And HTML5 can use multi-core support, so that means like I've got a dual-core PC, so it's going to use both cores, which means it should run a lot smoother than it does the Java version currently. Because I think apparently the Java one uses 40% of your processor, which is not really much, and pretty much like no one's really got a single-core processor these days. It's at least dual-core, and quads are coming like a lot. See a lot more quad cores as well, so like this should definitely help for most computers. I mean, if you've got a really old computer then, or a laptop, this, I don't know how much it will be, how much good it will be, because it might just make it lag. but we'll see how that is. Like, that's what the beta's there for, to test it on loads of different specs. But yeah, should run a lot faster. I think they actually showed a test of just loading like the game. So now, like, you look for you see a little picture and a loading bar at the top. I think that loaded in like 5 seconds in HTML5. It was really quick. So that will be quite interesting to see the speeds we're going to get when they actually do release the beta. So that is pretty much all for HTML5, that side of RS3. Thought I'd talk a little bit about the interface now. So I've got this picture up from the behind the scenes, number 47. It was the Castle Wars one, and they're showing edgefill. So they have released a bit more information about this, and like some of the numbers they do just make up. So like, if you've seen the picture, you'll know it says they have 99 prayer on the prayer book. Then on the little prayer shortcut, it says they've got 50 out of 75, which doesn't make sense. It also says they have 7 ability bars, which was confirmed by a Jagex mod that the number is still going to be 5, which is a bit disappointing. Like, 5 just isn't enough at the moment, because like, I've got a mage, range, a melee tab, and then I've got a dungeoneering tab as well, but I also like to have a tanking melee and then a dual wielding melee. So that's 5 already, and then I can't really do anything else with that. The only good thing is that they're actually expanding the bar. So if I just count this, there are 8, 12, 14 spaces on the bar now, which could help a bit. I mean, that's not majorly useful, but it allows you to have a few more abilities on your bar, so that's pretty helpful, I guess. In terms of the actual interface, everything is customizable, so you can either have the fixed one that they give you, which I guess will be something similar to like how it is in resizable mode currently, or you can just completely change it all yourself. So most of these tabs actually have X's on them now, so you can actually close your, well, actually no, it's like how it is currently, so you can just close your like inventory down, so you don't have to see that. The only kind of worrying thing is the ability bar doesn't seem to have a close down button, which currently you can just click on the top right of it and it minimizes, but because it's quite big now, so it will, like, I don't really want it to be up all the time, so that would be kind of annoying if you can't close it down, but we'll have to see what happens in the beta. You've also got this global chat in the top left, and then you've got some like filters on it. So I think one of them's friends, you've got clan chat and friends chat there, and messages, which I'm not sure, they might have changed it, so maybe like your friends tab is just people who log in, and then your message tab is actually where you get like private messages and stuff. And there's also the emote tab up there, which is a bit weird, doesn't quite fit, but that's there as well. There's also the mini map, which can be moved around. But the interesting about this is you got the run button up there, you got the home button, and then you've got the map button. But it's a picture of Edgeville, but the mini map shows the clan camp. Well, no, it shows Varrock, place in Varrock, and then the title is clan camp. So that could just be a random Jagex, just like generating random stuff, or it could be you can actually scroll across the map without actually like going on the world map. So that could be fairly useful, so you can just like scroll a bit around to see what's around you, rather than having to load up the world map every time you want to look. So that could be quite cool. And then at the top we got some sort of how it is now, so we got a quest tab back, which is nice to see, and then the rest of them I'm not really sure what they are. I think that's a combat tab, and then you got like a trade tab, it looks like, and then some other stuff I haven't really seen before, so I'm not really sure what they're gonna do, but we can find out when they release more information or in the beta. And then you can actually completely resize like a lot of these tabs. So the invent is currently showing 2 rows of 5, so you've got a scroll tab, which isn't helpful for a lot of stuff, but I guess if you're not really using your invent, then you can just like pretty much minimize it but keep a small bit of the items you're using. The same for the the ability book. I think if they just haven't bothered to put everything in, because on the ability book currently, the one they're showing, it's only got 5 abilities for melee, when obviously there's like 20 currently. So, and maybe again, it's just they haven't put it in, but there is no strength ability bar or ability book. It's just attack, it looks like, or melee. So maybe that's coming, or maybe they've sort of rebalanced it, so there is no strength anymore. It's just melee, range, mage, and then defense and HP. The weird thing is they've put defense and HP together still, but there seems to be plenty of space to make them separate, so I'm not really sure why they've done that. Then you've got the prayer down here, which sort of the same as usual. Maybe you can actually move around some of this stuff, because it looks like they're not in any particular order, so that'd be quite interesting. So on your actual prayer book you can move them around. And then if we just go back to the ability bar, you've got these like shortcuts. You can see your health, your prayer, your adrenaline, and your summoning points. One thing I'd like to see is an actual summoning tab. That'd be quite useful, so you can just keep that open and like edit familiar stuff there. So that would be fairly useful to see. But I think that is pretty much it for the interface. Like, it does look really encouraging, because you can change it like any way you want. So like this one's got loads of skills, just like all this interfaces down the bottom. The invent can be however you want. You can just you can resize everything, you can just close everything. So it's really just up to you what your interface looks like if you decide to customize it. But like I said, you can stick with the one they give you, which if you don't want to customize it, you can just keep that. I think they said you can save presets as well, so maybe you could have like a bossing one where you want to use your invent and your prayers and that kind of thing up, and then maybe you could have a skilling one, so you only need your invent, maybe your skill tab, and that's it. So that could be quite a nice feature to have. But that is basically the RS3 update that we know about so far. They'll be releasing more information, and when the beta comes out we'll actually be able to play the HTML5 version of it at the moment. Then the interface beta will come out sometime in the future. So I'm really looking forward to the update. It looks really good. Hopefully I do get in the beta first time, but if not, everyone will be introduced to it at some point, all members that is, so we can all give it a go and see what it's like, because it does look really good at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.